the house, no, of that couple, and really rescue the woman, no, and you will not be criminally or whatever liable kung pananglitan man. There will be a case that will be filed against you, for example, for trespassing, you know. Dili ka ana, you are protected by law itself, because the law says you cannot be criminally liable if you are rescuing in that particular instance, no.
Kani fiscal
na
klaruhon
abuse.
lang nato nga. So igadto niya sa barangay, sufficient na gyud ang affidavit. Ang barangay cannot ask for medical certificate or whatever else there is.
Oo, sufficient na gani ang statement sa babae nga she has been abused. So they have immediately to issue a, kay sometimes man
Does it need to be a written statement or pwede a verbal ning statement?
written statement.
About the barangay protection order, fiscal, can a victim go directly to the barangay hall, or do they need to bring statements with them, or should it be notarized?
By this time, because the law has already been in place, no, for a long time, 2004 pa na, and programs of the government have been in place already. So naatay programs sa DILG sa pag-train ining mga officials about VAUSI, and also for them to really establish what you call as violence against women nga desk. Naagi na sila desk sa barangay. Ang DILG mo provide sa ilag mga forms on application forms of anyone who would like to apply for a BPO. So it's just a form that they have to fill up.
Okay, so
in the barangay.
It need not be notarized, fiscal.
It need not be notarized, but if it's a temporary protection order that they have to file in court, it has to be verified in writing and verified under oath.
Sakto pod kay it makes sense kay what if ang babae gikulata mangita pa siya abogado, di ba, kung inotarize.
Then especially this happens in the middle of the night, di ba?
So I believe the VAUSI desk is also 24 hours, right, fiscal?
Oo, kanang naagi na sila sa barangay, trained na sila nga mga officials on how to handle cases like this. So they know how to go about ining pag-issue og mga barangay protection order.
You mentioned ganiha, fiscal, that the barangay tanod or the barangay officials can enter the premises nga di sila makiha for like trespassing.
Yes, it's true nga kay posible na no nga they have been hearing about domestic violence on this particular kaning family, on this particular house. Unya kahibaw na gid sila, they have personal knowledge nga lupad ang siya, gawas gamay na lang nga ilabay ang babae sa bintana, so they can immediately effect rescue on the woman, no. Dili na nila paabuton nga mamatay patyon siya dito. So it's valid, it's legal for them to enter for as long as it is in good faith nga mo rescue sila sa babae. So they cannot be held criminally liable on that.
Kaya I think daghan tag madunggan storya ani before nga atong police or other authorities hadlok musod sa balay kay ingnan man sila sa katong nangulata nga ayaw mo labot-labot kay private ni nga matter. Diba? That's a usual story we hear. So at least karon clarified na nga pwede ba di ay.
Pwede ra siya.
Mo intervene ta even if it's a private matter kung if it is to save life. In this case kay imagine ha, kay baw na gud ka nga what will happen, what might happen, will di na nato ma-stop kung pananglitan man nga ni patyo na siya. Because in a battering relationship kanang ana na gani mga pasakit na physical abuse, it would usually eventually might result to
Matter of
death.
time lang yun.
Speaking of battering relationship, fiscal, pwede na to i-discuss tong battered woman syndrome katong sa People versus Hinosa case, like the
Oo.
faces.
Yeah, ang katong Hinosa case nga niingon ang Supreme Court nga yes, ga-recognize diha nga na siya what you call as battered woman syndrome. It is a scientifically kanang defined nga psychological behavior that is a result of what you call as cumulative abuse or repeated abuse. So mao na siya nga condition nga because you have been repeatedly physically abused, na afflicted ka with that kind of syndrome. So when you're afflicted with that kind of syndrome, ang tendency ana mag-away mo sa imong husband baron or imong partner, mag-away mo. After that, ang kato imong partner kaning musuyo na pod sa imo kung pananglitan gani no nakuan na ka na hurt na kay ka, di nakamutingog. Ang katong what follows next would be ang lalaki musuyo sa imo. Of course you were hurt. I said dili nan ko nimo, dili na ko, but then kung suyuon na pod gani ka, panglitawhan na pod ka, ayuhon na pod kaniya, og dala mubalik na pud kaniya, so it becomes a cycle, and they call that ang first phase according to these experts or specialists on this, no, ningon sila mo go through ang woman in a battered woman syndrome, mo go through ang woman og 3 phase, what you call as the tension building phase. That is the time when it starts with a verbal abuse. Verbal abuse lang. And then it will escalate later on to something nga you don't like nga it will escalate into a acute battering. Dili ka kay kahibaw na ka when it starts with verbal abuse. You want to placate. I-placate nimo siya ba nga dili na siya mo escalate. So you are in that murag kuan ka lang nga imong you want to placate, you don't like to say anything, imo lang siyang amaman nga ayaw lagi ana dong ana. Pero ingon tong expert, when you are like that, it's like it legitimizes the belief of this person, of this abuser, that he can do anything sa imo to hurt you. Kay kuan lang ka, you are so passive because you don't want anything to happen to you. You don't want the arguments or the fight to escalate. So you are just passive. But in this passivity, it's like there is it legitimizes his belief nga pwede di ka na kung saon. So mauna nga mo balik na siya, it could result to what you call as acute battering. So maglagot siya, and sometimes so that dili siya mo escalate, sometimes wala ka, dead ma siya ba. Pero in that attitude di ay maglagot siya sa imo, so it could result makulata ka niya. So kanang acute na ang battering and you are already hurt, it is the time nga mo stop siya maybe. Ang control naman sa iya. Wala man sa imo, di makakahibaw. Labay niya. Unsa gud taw, we are weak. So mao na nga ana na, so kung pananglitan makasense siya nga dili na, wala na siya, wala na kay kuan, wala na kay kusog, wala ka na di ka nakasukol, maybe he will stop. And in that makarealize siya, ikaw, it is in the moment kuno nga you are more confused. Kanang mo start na pud siya nga maayo na siya sa pud sa imo, o honeymoon, what you call as honeymoon phase.
Okay.
Mao na siyang cycle nga ayuhon na pud kaniya, and you become confused nga was this the last? Is this the last na? Dili na ba ni siya mo balik? Dili na ba ko niya abusuhon? Ana, confused ang woman ana in that stage.
So confused and nahadlok pa jud
Oo,
Fiskal, no?
nahadlok. So ang iya lang ana ang hope nga nindot man kay ng honeymoon phase. Nindot kay na regaluhan kaniya o what. Unsa na lay buhaton niya
You'd be really enticed to stay with the abuser.
Nindot kay na nimo nga stage, no, pero dili ka kahibaw nga that would again recur, no. So mao na siya, and that's why under the law sa 9262, if it will be established nga you are really a victim of you are a battered woman, you are afflicted with this syndrome, there is this provision in the law nga it is already a justifying circumstance kung imo siyang mapatay. It's like self-defense, no, nga
Pwede
kuarya
explain unsa ang justifying circumstance for our viewers, Fiskal?
So kung mapatay nimo imong partner because you are afflicted with this syndrome, mapatay nimo siya, you are exonerated from any criminal liability. Pwede ka dili ka makiha ana, no, I mean
Di mapriso?
dili ka mapriso rather, no, di ka ma-convicted ana kung ma-prove, no, nga talaga you're afflicted with this syndrome. Kaning explain po na siya sa expert kay nga man nga justified man ang pagpatay sa partner kung naa kay ana nga kuan syndrome, because if you have that kuno, you are re-experiencing the abuse. That's why murag it could be akin to like wala ka sa imong kuan ba proper mind, no, because you are
it's a mental disease.
yeah, it's like you are re-experiencing the abuse again, that purang nagdepend sa kanadaan. That's why imo siyang patyon. Oo, kay ma-recall man nimo tanan kuno, flashes is come into like flashes sa imong memory. Nga alagi ingon ani ko niya, so I rather kanang patyon ako siya kay tingaling ko niya bunala na pud anak bitaw. Mao nang justifying circumstance na ang battered woman
The woman
syndrome.
is preempting nga papatayin niya siya or further physical abuse.
It's akin to self-defense sa iya. Because of re-experiencing this particular incident, siguro ma-re-experience na niya. It's like
Because of the
real,
trauma.
bisag wala diha. Like for example, kadtong si Ben, kay natug man daw to, niya iyang gipatay, but she could have been, exonerated from any criminal liability kung nakapatay battered woman syndrome at that time, no? Gi-recognize ni siya nga theory.
Okay. So, ato lang i-sum up, Fiscal. So, there are 3 stages sa battered woman syndrome. It's honeymoon, and then what do you call the second one, Fiscal?
The building tension
Building
phase.
tension, and then the acute battering. Then, mubalik na po siya og honeymoon stage. So, because of that, justifying circumstance ang battered woman syndrome. Okay. So, this is very good. But for the knowledge of our viewers, dinghalan scientifically proven ang imuhang syndrome.
Yeah.
So, you cannot just claim that as a defense. So, it must be proven good.
Kay maghuna-huna niya
By an
tong-
expert,
oo,
a
by an
By an
psychiatrist.
expert.
Kay maghuna-huna tingali atong viewers because this is very dangerous nga. I will just merely allege na I'm a battered woman syndrome, then it will be a justifying circumstance. No. 'Di ba? Kay kuyaw kayo if they'll take that way. Kay sa taganahan kaning battered woman syndrome, ma-abuse sad niya siya.
That's correct.
Mapreso ba ya ka? You have to prove that in court.
So, let's go back to the BPO, Fiscal. After the BPO, are there other remedies nga gi-provide sa Republic Act 9262?
Actually, ang BPO na naman siya ingon ta 15 days, no? Ma-expire na siya after 15 days. So, while before na siya ma-expire, you have to process for a temporary protection to get a temporary protection order in court. So,
Okay.
you have to go to the clerk of court, no? And tagaan kanyang form nga and you can also be assisted by the public attorney's office.
Okay.
Kaning temporary protection order, I would assume this is given importance atong court. So, immediately heard ba ni siya?
Oo, usa ni siya sa mga priorities nga i-hear dayon.
I think for the knowledge of the viewers also, we have family courts that handles these kinds of cases.
So from temporary protection order, so naka-file na siya, and then of course the partner or the man here, the perpetrator, will be given his day in court. So he will have to submit counter affidavit, or he will be presented also in court to refute whatever is the allegation of the complainant. And then kung pananglitan within 30 days naman ang temporary protection order, wala pa gihapon, no, wala pa permanent protection order, sige paghiring, pwede pod ang complainant maka-ask for extension of the temporary protection order.
So kaning TPO can be renewed,
Yes.
unlike the BPO nga 15 days yun.
Ang under the law, the court only is the one who can renew, no, and can
In
give
the-
an extension for a temporary protection order.
In the temporary protection order, Fiscal, so other than restraint, you cannot get near. Pwede po ba mangayog suporta ang babae
Yes.
sa iyahang anak?
If there is an economic abuse.
Okay.
So magmahog support pendetelenten na siya or like sa ang kaning when you ask for
pod.
support
Oo,
under
oo.
voucher.
Depende sa ang court ana. Pwede po mo order ang court pending litigation kung pending the case kung mag-support na
Ang husband.
Kay kaning support mo man gyud ni bone gyud sa kanang usual nga vouching issue, di ba gyud?
That's correct.
Okay, so before we continue, let's take another break.
Welcome back to the program. So the last topic we discussed is about the barangay protection order. So what if Fiscal ang husband kini violate siya sa barangay protection order? Unsa may remedy nga mahatag nato sa victim?
Ang kanang BPO kung i-violate gani na siya, the complainant or the woman, no, nga diin siya nagkuhaan ng BPO, can always go to the municipal court where that barangay is located and filed a case for violation of the BPO. And the penalty of which, kung pananglitan mapamatuoran nga there is really a violation of the barangay protection order, the penalty is 30 days imprisonment.
Okay. So dinghanlan sundon gyud sa
Oo.
mga husband ang BPO. Even if it's just the barangay nga nag-impose ana.
So unsa man ilang kailangan to prove nga na violation sa BPO? Magpicturean nila, videohan, unsa may pwede?
A mere affidavit would
Mo
suffice.
suffice na.
Affidavit of the witnesses, no, Fiscal.
Nga there was a violation, pananglitan kung gi-restrain ang lalaki, no, to get inside the house. Unya, in spite of that, dito gid siya, he went near the the
The
woman,
house,
so pananglitan gi-restrain siya not to go near the woman, pila ka meters away lang siya pwede or what. So kung na-violation na, then that's it. And you have to prove that in the municipal trial court. Pwede lang testimony baron sa neighbor or sa imong testimony sa complainant. Then the court will
Will hear the case.
will hear the case.
Okay, speaking of house fiscal, because it's very common in Philippine setting na when a couple gets married, kay tinghalan sila
Sa in-laws mo po yun.
Sa in-laws sila mo puyo kay they're not yet financially capable of living on their own. So what if ang katong balay ilang gipuy-an kay panag-iya to sa husband?
It does not matter, no? Kung ang violence was there inside that house, anyone can go inside to rescue the woman.
So pwede ma-remove ang husband sa iyang kaugalingong house. Okay. What if fiscal ang mga mother-in-law and father-in-law masuko? So
Moingon sila amo ning balay
amo
nga.
ning balay nga ilang
I
palayason
think
ang babae.
i-consider po na sa court where they are staying. For example, if dili na siya healthy to stay there or to dili siya safe, I mean, nga naa siya mo remain sa in-laws, then she has to be put naman tay mga shelter sa kuan.
Mga homes
Vowsy,
no fiscal,
yes,
no?
shelter sa mga vowsy kuan kaning victims.
But could it be nga maka-file tag case against the parents-in-law?
It depends kung pananglitan man gani they were in conspiracy to commit that crime.
So you have to prove nga
Oo.
na ay conspiracy. Oh,
I think nanay previous Supreme Court jurisdiction anywhere in ang mga in-laws na appeal o
Yes.
file
Yeah.
against sa kaning violation sa violence against women and children.
okay. So ang coverage sa vowsy, it's not just the husband, even those na ni-conspire with the husband. Okay. So pwede po siguro mga friends fiscal no?
Yes.
Oh, so ni-appeal sila og kanang buhat og violence, so pwede po sila makiha. Okay. So this is a very powerful law.